Good evening. So, we're here again. We all thought this was closed. We all thought this was over, but it looks like this train ain't gonna stop anytime soon, unfortunately. Patrick's just summed it up immediately as soon as I jumped live, saying, "Hope you're doing well, Steve. This Bernardo saga is exhausting. One day he's gone to Barcelona, next he's here, next new contract. Give me your logic." This pretty much sums it up. This is an incredibly exhausting bit of rumours, and the rumours today that we're going to discuss are they come from Duncan Castles, who's a guy who's famously very much in the pocket of your Jorge Mendes, who of course is his agent, that suggests that he's agreed terms with Paris Saint-Germain, which is of course very interesting, very controversial, and hopefully very, very inaccurate. That it could be true. I would like to say, if you want to keep up to date with all the latest football information, please do go click the link in the description below. Help support my channel a little bit. Download OneFootball right now. You can get all the news about Bernardo Silva, all the stats and all the links and all the transfer gossip as the transfer window slowly draws to a close by clicking that link right now. Do it right now, it's down there, and you can get up to date. Over 10 million people downloaded OneFootball, probably millions more than that, actually. I've been saying that for a while. Loads of people use it for the big price of absolutely nothing. Download OneFootball, it's a wonderful app, I promise you. It's wonderful. Unlike this bit of news. Now, I'll jump over to the news that's going around on the aggregators over on Twitter and so on. So here we go. So basically, it comes from Duncan Castles, which says, City's Bernardo Silva... PSG sent me email from Bernardo Silva was communicated to City via intermediary, well-known to the club, with the player said to be unimpressed that Man City rejected it. Yeah, that's just sort of your problem there, unfortunately, now, Bernardo. Bernardo apparently has agreed personal terms with PSG equal to his present salary, though City offered significantly improved contract last season, including financial terms on a par with Kevin De Bruyne. He rejected their proposal. God, he hates this City, doesn't he? So yeah, apparently this has come from Duncan Castles. If it's said that he's unimpressed, that's not a good sign, because that once again sounds like something. The thing is, the reason this has got a bit of weight to it, annoyingly, is it comes from Duncan Castles. And you might be going, what does he know? What does he know? Unfortunately, I think Duncan Castles very much is in the pocket of Jorge Mendes. Jorge Mendes is, of course, a world-renowned super agent and so on. He is, he is a super agent. I can't deny that. He does have these connections. Unfortunately, Mendes has always fed Duncan Castle's stories, quite famously. So this seems to come relatively from the horse's mouth, unfortunately. It doesn't seem to make any sense. Hiya, Harry. Good to see you there in the chat. It doesn't seem to make any sense to me. I do think, unfortunately, Bernardo Silva just kind of sort of wants out, full stop, of Manchester. I think he's probably, him and his wife, want to go somewhere prettier, somewhere more fun for millionaire footballers, and probably why they're drawn. Look, for me, I'm not a millionaire footballer. I don't have an Instagram lifestyle or anything like that, and I don't have that appeal for major urban cities like that. Like, I don't like London. I'm the kind of person who can't stand London. I think London's dirty, noisy, and too big and too long. It's not the kind of city for me. I don't think there's a glamour to it, but a lot of people love London, so a lot of people, the same thing, will love Paris too. I don't. It's not me. I like, but I guess if I don't get the appeal, to me it's like, I understand Barcelona because the weather's nicer and all that kind of stuff, whatever, he's closer to home. But at the same time, look, a lot of people are not a fan of Paris, and I'm actually not a fan. I think it's a bit of a dump as well, but but I can understand the appeal for a year or two if you're a multi-millionaire, I guess. I get it. Now, the only thing we've got here, the disconnect, is that Ferran Soriano essentially came out and said, there's not enough time, it's too late to happen. Let me just find the quotes of Ferran Soriano. I'll find them right now. Soriano, PSG, Bernardo. Let me find the quotes, and I'll bring them up here. Let me find it. I'm just trying to find it, basically. Here we go. So I'll jump over here now. Here's the one here. It says, there are no discussions or talks of Bernardo Silva from Soriano. There is no Bernardo case. Manchester City's market can be considered closed. It's over. So they were quite obvious quotes from Ferran Soriano. They really obviously were. I mean, you cannot deny how blunt they were. But then, of course, the counter side to that was that Guardiola came out last night and said this whole stuff about, we want him to stay, but if you understand he wants Barcelona, if Bernardo wants to go and all this kind of stuff, I understand that he wants to go, he can do. I mean, that's the frustrating thing there. So they've sort of massively contradicted each other, which is always the way with these things. But it does feel like, where has it got? I found the Guardiola quotes. Guardiola said we are 7-8 days from the end of the transfer market. If Bernardo leaves, we'll have to look for a last minute replacement. It wouldn't be easy. Bernardo likes City, Barcelona a lot. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a good idea or a sensible idea. Like, to me, it feels too late. And I do think if Bernardo is frustrated that they've not accepted the bid, look, it should be, Man City should be saying, and I think this is totally fair, for me, it should be every week it gets later, the fee goes up 10 million euros. I think it should be that simple because the later it gets, it's not personal, Bernardo. The later it gets, the less chance you have to buy a replacement. We can't replace him then. And why should we be the ones in the gutter? I do absolutely respect this whole idea about, you can go if you want to. But it has to be on our terms, relatively speaking. It has to be that we can get a player in. And it has to be that, it's a good money. And, your fees should be higher if it's closer to the end of the window. An £80 million player should become a £100 million player if it's in the last week of the transfer window. It should be. It should be an extra 20 million because it's just too late. Who do we get? Did we go in for Paqueta? He's been linked to, who's he been linked to right now? Paqueta's at West Ham or something like that for 40 odd million. Nunes apparently was the one that Manchester City wanted to replace him, but now he's gone. He's gone to Thingy as well. He's gone to, Wolves as well. And he was the one apparently that we wanted to get in. To me, we've left ourselves in a situation here potentially that I can't see any reason why this is a good idea that Manchester City let him go. It feels a terrible idea for me. At this point, it is frustrating, and I'm seeing people get more and more frustrated about it right now. I've seen people on Twitter, for example, losing their patience and all this kind of stuff, and I get it. Look, and there's also, it's worth considering that. Look, there's many steps between agreeing wages between a player than actually clubs agreeing a deal. The agent can pick up a phone and go, how much would you give him? That done, personally. Wages is the easy part for players, so I don't think that necessarily means anything, but Manchester City then have to accept a bid and all that kind of stuff. Mario's just said in the chat, are we monitoring any midfielders right now? If Bernardo goes, do we have a target? Your guess is as good as mine, man. The report suggested last week that it was Nunes that we would have got if Bernardo had gone, but of course he's gone to Wolves. I don't know, Paqueta has been linked at all, but once again, his value would go up massively as well. Can someone let me know in the chat, what is it? What was it about Paqueta? Was it West Ham linked to him or something like that? Someone was linked to him. Someone let me know who it was and what the price was going to be, but I swear I saw someone linked it to him. But either way, City will get fleeced. If we sell Bernardo for £80 million, West Ham will ask for Paqueta. Well, sorry, who's he at? Paqueta? Is that where's he at? Is it Leon or something? Either way, Paqueta's fee all of a sudden will be all of a sudden £70 million. We all know how that is. That's just how it works, unfortunately. So that's the point. All of a sudden, the fee will double for Manchester City. So that's the situation we got because they'll rinse us because it's late in the window. We've got the money. And everyone else was. So we should rinse everyone else. So, yeah, Leon wants 60 million euros, apparently, according to Zazie, PSG fan. So, look, there's a PSG fan in the chat. You must be very excited by this because he's a quality player and he would go into your league. Personally, look, I find it a little bit frustrating. I do find it frustrating. The one thing I would say, if he hangs around, I do think he would work really hard and all this kind of stuff. It's just so frustrating that we could have had a chance maybe just to shut it down big time. We snigger with the super chat. It's a good super chat and it's a valuable one. Would you take Bellingham as a replacement for Bernardo? Yeah, absolutely, we snooker. I would do it in a heartbeat, mate. But, we all know that's not going to happen. We're not going to get Bellingham this transfer window. But Dortmund won't. They definitely won't counter it. Especially we're in the Champions League group now, for crying out loud. But Dortmund won't let Bellingham go. And even then, they'd ask for 120 million. There's something stupid like that. It's just... Bellingham in next summer, definitely. I think we would go for it, and I think it'd be a wonderful signing. But look, right now, I just don't think it's going to happen. This is the thing for me. It's a difficult situation to be in. I wonder if one way around it to build the squad up a little bit better is, do we sign a winger? Do we sign a winger then bring Grealish and Foden more central? Cole Palmer's played there a little bit. Do we do something like that potentially? I don't think that's beyond the realms of possibility. Sign a winger and bring one of the midfielders, current wingers like Foden or whatever, more central. That's something to potentially consider. Like Pete said, you guys are high as fuck comparing Bellingham to Bernardo. Look, Pete, I actually don't think Bellingham is Bernardo's level right now. He's not. But do I think Bellingham has the ability and his all-round game to improve massively and become a quality option? Yes. And I do think obviously it's the English tax there, but he's not Bernardo replacement right now. I absolutely agree in terms of quality, but I do think he could become a great player for us. So that's how we'll see. I mean, we've got no one in the academy mark anywhere near this quality, and we're like not anywhere near. No, nowhere near. McAtee was the closest, and he's on loan. So absolutely, definitely not. True City fan says Steve, mate. Bernardo is starting to annoy me. I actually get that. Look. Let's talk about why Bernardo's doing this. Look, the thing is for me, I think it's really obvious that Bernardo Silva just doesn't want to be in Manchester anymore. Look, I am literally Mancunian born and bred, man. I've lived there all my life. And I can understand the lack of appeal for Manchester. Like, I know a lot of people are watching this stream aren't in Manchester. Manchester's an alright city, but it is a bit of a shithole sometimes. It can be. It's miserable, grey and dirty, and there's not much to do. Unfortunately, that is sort of true for Manchester. And it's especially not much to do if you're a millionaire. Because millionaires like fancy restaurants, fancy things and all that kind of stuff. And Manchester's very small that way. It isn't a millionaire's playground. So I don't think he's necessarily set on life in Manchester. Like, personally, yeah, I'm sure you would love to come to Manchester, mate, New York City. But, like, it isn't that. Has he tried that crazy dino golf yet? Exactly, Peaky. Yeah, go to the Traff Centre, mate, and get on the dinosaur mini golf near the Traff Centre, and then go to the Chill Factory. Look, it's not a glamorous lifestyle, Gunchester. Yeah, like the thing is for me, like I understand the lack of appeal there. Like, I sort of wish he'd move a little bit further out and then go somewhere nice. Come and live with me in Ramsbottom, me and Nicola. Like you'd like it over here. It's hilly, it's beautiful, it's small, it's lovely. But I don't massively get the appeal for Paris either. But a lot of people do. Like to me, it's not the place. But you know, but we'll have to see. Like we'll have to see how it goes. Like. People say Frankie de Jong would be a good replacement. Like, I absolutely get that, man. I absolutely get. There's no need to be like that, Simon. You know, don't be so immature, Simon. No homophobia necessary. But for me, like, you know, Frankie de Jong would be quality. I absolutely love Frankie de Jong. I thought he was excellent last night as well, actually in the friendly. I think him under Guardiola would cook big time. He really would do. He's just got the quality. But I do think that's the option. If we get a midfielder in, obviously, or we sign a winger, we bring Foden and Grealish central, and one of those two central, and that's pretty much all we've got. I do think Foden would be really useful, actually. Really useful if we taught him that role. It's just obviously he's a long way from it. I actually think De Jong would come to Manchester for City. Apparently didn't want to go to Manchester because he want to live there when he was linked to United. But I guarantee it's Guardiola and City and De Bruyne and everyone else. He does come. He does come. I guarantee you that. I do think that's probably true there. I mean, yeah, I agree, Scrubber. I mean, the Manchester isn't great. It's like it's not like he's a little. I'm surprised PSG, you know, but I guess maybe he wants to play Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, and have a glamorous lifestyle for a year or two over there. Like, I think basically, I'm gonna be honest. If I was a footballer, and let me know what you'd be like as a footballer in the chat. But for me, as if I was a footballer, I probably would move around every couple of years and play in different cities because I would. No worries, Simon. I'll let you up, pal. It's all good. I mean, I probably would move around every now and then. Like, if it was at City for a while, I would do. But I would like the idea of playing football in Lisbon. I would love the idea of playing football one day in New York or something like that. You know, imagine living in New York as a footballer. It'd be fucking mint. I would like to live in. I'm a traveller though, personally. I like getting around and stuff like that. I understand the legacy thing, but like I think Bernardo is the guy who likes different cultures and different ideas, and I'd love to live in Barcelona, and I would love to live, I don't know, somewhere in Scandinavia and all this kind of stuff. And when you're a millionaire, you can live, you can move around every now and then if you want to. A one club legend would be great, but you know. It depends. If it was that City, if I came through at City, obviously I'd probably end up wanting to stay there all my life. But I must admit, if I had, I would like to travel a little bit. Maybe I'd do an awful lot of that in the summer and my downtime. That's the thing for me now. Like, look, the travel problems are gone, and I do think largely Bernardo's probably be a little bit happier. But I think he still wants to go somewhere, and I think he's got glamorous misses and all that kind of stuff, and they're very happy together for what he looks like. And I think he wants to take his dog John Stones, his dog John, literally, and go somewhere and get the Instagram lifestyle. And I sort of don't really blame him. I get it, but it's frustrating. The thing is now, Bernardo is actually he's like 28 now. I think he'll be 29 next year. So he's definitely getting a bit older. The thing for me, what I would love to. The dream scenario for me is obviously Bernardo staying, but the second dream scenario is we say, Bernardo, you can absolutely go next summer. But then by that point, mate Dave pointed this out on Twitter. At that point, Bernardo's 29. We've got a year to plan for life after him. And at that point, we're like, well, you got what you wanted, man. Like, we get to plan for him going. He's 29, so he's getting on a little bit. Obviously he's still got 3 or 4 years at a high level, but he won't be the youngest anymore, And at that point, like, I think that works for everyone. I think the best way to do is an absolute full-on agreement that if we get a decent fee next year, like, I would say, look, if you go next summer, we'll let you go for 70 million euros just out of honour, or something like that, Something like that, I reckon. And then we've got more time to plan it and stuff. Rev it up with a super chat. Just very simply saying, let him go. He's obviously unhappy. That's the thing. I think they are willing to let him go, mate. I guess it's just more the timing and the fee and the money. Like, City will let him go. It's just like, it's just if you want to go, like, it has to be on Manchester City's terms, because we're the ones being screwed over here potentially. Like, we shouldn't make our squad weaker for a season just to keep Bernardo happy. We should make our squad weaker, like, shouldn't full stop. Like, maybe January's a good idea, Cambo man. Maybe that's a good point. Maybe we let him go in January, we sign a player in January or something like that. Then maybe that's it. Like, the thing is for me, it's just like. That's the thing is for me. It's like, it's just the timing of it. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Really appreciated. Oh, Kean Britton saying Gavi or Pedri as a replacement. Look, I get them mixed up. Look, honestly, it's really hard, man. Like, they're both absolutely excellent. I mean, we wouldn't get any of them either way. Like, but they're both such intelligent footballers. Like, what does everyone reckon in the chat? Who would you prefer? Like, I mean, honestly, I would be very, very content with pretty much either of them, because I think they're both really smart footballers. Just intelligent, La Masia trained. This like, I really like Pedri's. Pedri's take on it. He's a bit more of the way he roams about and all that quality. Like, they're both essentially very Iniesta and Xavi-esque, aren't they? Get them both is what I would say. But either of them come to Manchester City and I'd be really happy. Pedri is Pedri's more proven, but Gavi, as Chris has pointed out, Pedro is not La Masia, but he's La Masia kind of like style. You know what I mean? Like, I know that he's been there for a while. I know they got him from Las Palmas, but he was there for a while, and he's been brought up on all that kind of stuff, and he's just been excellent. But he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant, and obviously he's been proven for a long time. Despite his age, only 19 years old, but despite that, he's still absolutely brilliant. But Gavi's contract is interesting. Gavi's contract is running down soon, so maybe that could be the thing. I mean, but either way, look, either of them would be quality. Bellingham, yeah, I had to come back. Imagine that. There's loads. There's loads. Loads of potential options. Paqueta, Frankie de Jong, Gavi, Pedri, people like that. Milinkovic, I'm not really sure about, but I'm not sure he's really one from Man City. Verratti, here we go. I would take that in a heartbeat. Just some guy. If we said to PSG, all right, give us 30 million and Verratti, that'll do. I would take that. Verratti's a quality footballer, absolutely fantastic footballer. How old's Verratti now, by the way? He's getting on a little as well. Verratti, I know he's more of a 6, but Verratti's 29. Yeah, he's a quality footballer, really intelligent, really proven. He's 29. Yeah, I would take that. He's essentially the same age. Yeah, he does get injured quite a bit, but we also have got, we have got Gundogan, we have got other players, but he wouldn't have to play every single week. He does get injured quite a bit, but Verratti's a quality footballer, and I would like him, He's only a year older than Bernardo J. Stark. So yeah, to me, like it's ultimately, I don't know. I don't. The source is. I'll go back over to it. The source over here. The source is it's Jorge Mendes, Which annoying thing is, not Jorge Mendes, Duncan Castles, but the source is essentially Jorge Mendes. That's the thing. It's come from Duncan Castles. And Duncan Castles is essentially in Jorge Mendes' pocket. That's why, he says with the players said to be unimpressed that City rejected it. Let me click the link and see if it loads up. I know it's behind a paywall sometimes at times. Let's have a look. Here we go. It says, Man City have rejected an initial offer of 70 million. Oh, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately. Let me see if I can... Let's see if that will refresh now. Nah, there we go. If we could have blinked quick enough, it wouldn't. But either way, I do think there is something to this. It does get a bit frustrating because you kind of wish that Manchester City had solved this and sorted it a while back. But it's just very, very difficult because Guardiola clearly loves the player and clearly respects him like massively. Absolutely does. I mean, yeah, the bid around 59 million quid. That's nowhere near. It should be another 20, 30 million at least for Bernardo Silva. I feel like this bid from PSG was designed to test Manchester City a little bit and push them into a decision, essentially. Yeah, I do believe basically that what they're doing here is trying to settle him a little bit. Variety's quality, yeah, just some guy. Absolutely. If you can hit copy or and control pass the word document text, okay, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll try that. What is it? Copy it or control A. There we go. I'll try this now and try and get up on a text note. I'll bring it up on a text note over here now and see if you can read it. Here we go. So let me just see if I can get the 1 second. I'll bring on the text note thing now. Where is it? Notes. Here we go. This might work. Here's the notes. I've copied and pasted it. Good. Well done, everyone. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike for this, but I'll go for it anyway. Man City rejected initial offer of 70 million euros, 59 million for Bernardo Silva from Paris Saint-Germain. Senior figures at PSG believe that a transfer has been blocked out of fear that the Portuguese national will provide the midfield Guile to necessary to turn the Qatar club. There's nothing to do with that, you idiot. It's not blocking it for anything other than the money. That's a terrible bunch of bit of reasoning. Silva, a central figure in all four Guardiola's Premier League title wins, he's also wanted by Barcelona. Other Catalan clubs' difficulties in meeting expenditure rules have prevented it from matching PSG's offer. Did PSG really think that we are trying to stop them because we're worried about them? No. It's because literally it's last minute, you idiots, man. We're not terrified of PSG. No one is. It's not a serious league. His contract runs out in 2025, but he's asked to be allowed to leave City in this and the preceding 2 summer transfer windows. That's all it got. Continue reading. Oh, yeah, that's all it got out there, unfortunately. That's pretty much all we got out of that. But it is interesting. To me, look... Exactly, yeah. Why would we... Look, Bernardo helps PSG, but PSG are never going to be serious while, unfortunately, the league level is so low. You and Hughes say maybe try and bring back Sane or buy Jude now, watch the Scouts' view. I would love to get Jude in. He's a different kind of player to Bernardo, but I do think he'd be great under Guardiola. He'd massively improve him. But at the same time, I don't think that's going to happen. They'd ask for 100 million and City wouldn't pay that, if not more. Yeah, exactly. Rush just made the point. If Anthony Gordon's going to Chelsea for 60 million, and Bernardo has to be at least 20, 30 million more. He has to be. That's the problem is, the market has been so distorted that people like Anthony Gordon are worth 60 million and Cucurella. With all due respect to those players, Bernardo is twice the status of those players and probably twice the fee. He should be 120 million. I mean, at least nearly twice. They're good players, but they have nowhere near the quality to demand nowhere near the same price. I like Major Lover from Rennes. I don't know anything about him, Brian. I'd be lying, mate. I've never even heard of him, so I'd be lying about that. I've not watched Barella enough either, so I'm not going to pretend to watch some of these players. Who else can pivot like Silva? Not many people, that's the thing. The next Bernardo Silva, look, there isn't many, is there? That's the thing. What you got to remember is, I think the best way for Manchester City to... The way we'd have to develop is a different way. It's like how we couldn't replace Aguero, we do a different thing. How we couldn't replace David Silva, we do it a different way. And how we couldn't replace Sane, we did it a different way, and so on. There's no Vincent Kompany, so you get Diaz. It's very hard to get a like for like. So I'm sure Manchester City would find someone with the quality to come in and learn to play, so Manchester City can learn to play equally as effective. There's always hidden gems, yeah, of course, but it's just so hard to find them. There absolutely will be some Spanish or Portuguese gem knocking about somewhere that, absolutely has the quality. Yes, Brian said Fabio Vieira was one, apparently had the quality. I really liked what I saw of Mateus Nunes done. Mateus Nunes sort of reminded me more of Fernandinho when he was at Shakhtar, when he was more of a box-to-box attacking midfielder. Though he had loads of energy and a load of dynamism to the game. He wasn't really as press resistant as Bernardo Silva was, but he'd be a very different take on it with more energy. Benacer from Milan, yeah, I like the look of him. He looks a pretty good player. Technical as well, it could be, but potentially you got to bear in mind Milan they would ask for a lot of money, wouldn't they, for him? There's always someone, and I do think City would have him, but in terms of immediate quality, I don't know. Maybe Sergio Gomez is the guy. Maybe Sergio Gomez is the guy we want him to be. Con MS, basically Jorge Mendes is pocket porn. Duncan Castles has written an article saying that PSG have agreed terms with Bernardo Silva, but City rejected a bid. I think this is probably true. I think it is true. Elaine Mariba, he's the Barca guy. We linked to him a few years back, wasn't he? Claudio Gomez is nowhere near, unfortunately, City's level. He's nowhere near, unfortunately, mate. He'll be leaving Man City on a free transfer. The thing is, I'm relatively numb to the Bernardo stuff now. I made my peace in my head a long time about him wanting to go. I said simply because I think it's probably true, and I get it. I made my peace for it simply because I did honestly get it. I get why he wants to move on. I left Manchester because I was bored of Manchester, and I'm from Manchester, so I'd be a fucking hypocrite, wouldn't I? Of the highest order if I was sat here and going, "Oh, stay, it's a great city," and I don't feel it myself, despite being a mank. So I understand it, but, we'll see. Stephen's right in the chat, by the way. Let's get the likes up. Go on, hit the like button. But I do understand it, so I'm not going to complain about it. But it's just frustrating because the timing, once again, is so bad. It's so far off what we need it to be like. That's the only thing that frustrates me. He's a world-class footballer. He's one of the best midfielders in the world. And the one thing I will say, by the way, is we can't possibly accept a £60 million bid for a Ballon d'Or nominee. No chance. Absolutely not. Warren Smith has come up with an idea there. I actually sort of like this idea. He says Neymar for Bernardo. Mainly because Neymar out wide, and then you put one of Foden or Grealish in midfield. Calvin Phillips steps in every now and then as the energetic number guy. I think Neymar would do well in the Guardiola. I think he would do, I know, and I know he's got questionable attitude, but I think Neymar with Guardiola would find his love for football again. Look, I would sort of take it. Mbappe's a knobhead. I don't want Mbappe. He's the true bad. To me, honestly, I think Mbappe's the true brat for what it's worth. He's obviously he's not going anywhere. He is PSG now. Mbappe will never leave PSG. Generally won't be. I can't really see that, but we'll have to see. It's just how it's going to be. We'll see. This thing will unfold and unfold and will unfold, but we'll see how it goes down. But guys, anyway, that's all I've got to say on this. I'll do a live video tomorrow morning chatting about the Champions League draw. Hopefully I'll try and get someone on to have a chat with me about it as well. But I was out at IKEA during the Champions League draw getting some bits for our houses. But yeah, so I didn't get time to do a reaction, but I'll do one tomorrow morning for you. But anyway, thanks for watching this, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Once again, I would like to say please download OneFootball. Click the link in the description and all that kind of stuff and get it over there. It's a wonderful app. Loads of people are using it for an awful long time, including myself over 5 years now. Do it right now. Anyway, catch you all very soon. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bernardo, stay, you muppet. Don't go anywhere. Bye-bye.